If you're a Black woman looking around at all the chaos going on in America right now and thinking to yourself, I should have been out of here, but I'm just not quite ready to go yet, then this video is for you because that's me too. I thought today I would share with you 8 things that I'm doing right now while I get myself ready to move abroad. But first, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Celeste, and on this channel, I help mid-career professional Black women build a life of freedom through flexible work. And if that sounds like something that appeals to you, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much. So, like I said, today we're going to talk about what to do until you're ready to move abroad, because we have to survive and hopefully thrive in this chaos in the meantime. But we also need to be taking some steps to get ourselves toward the exit, if that is something that is in your plan. So let's talk about it. So there might be a variety of reasons why you haven't left yet. If it's something you've been thinking about, maybe there are things keeping you here, or maybe it's just a matter of not being ready yet, whatever your personal reasons are. So I watched several videos over the weekend about where we are as a country, like where we are as far as like the flashing warning signs, right? Are we on like orange alert or yellow, or is it like flashing red? And there are some people who think it's flashing red and has been flashing red, for months, if not years. And there are other people who think it's orange. You still got some time if you want to move abroad, but you need to be taking some steps and doing some things now. So the first thing for me is figuring out where I want to go. So I have a favorite place that I like to visit, but the problem is I have not actually evaluated that place as a place to relocate. I have just kind of enjoyed it as a tourist and, a visitor, and settling somewhere for an extended time is a different thing, right? And then the other thing is that that place has winters, and I don't really like winter at all. So I think for me, I'm probably going to need to do 2 places and like be a snowbird. So that kind of complicates things as well. I got to find 2 places to live. Last year, I took a couple of trips abroad, but unfortunately, neither of them were to places that I would consider moving to. And I have a couple of trips planned for this year, and it's the same thing, right? They're to destinations that I want to visit, but they're not places that I would consider relocating to. So for me, one thing that I need to do is narrow down some destinations and prioritize the scouting trips over just the regular travel that I would do during normal times. Another thing that I'm looking into is easy to get residency or visas for extended stays. So there are just some countries that make that process easier than others. They have lower requirements than others. And even if they're not my ideal location, I want to have that in hand just in case I need to like make an escape. I want to shout out Kim with the Gems. I watched a video of hers. I'll link it for you in the description. And she mentioned the UK's ETA program, which is electronic travel authorization. And it costs, hold on, the cost is going up to 16 British pounds, which is, still not a lot. So I did that, downloaded the app, did it real quick last night. So push comes to shove, I at least know I have 6 months in the UK. The next thing I need to do to get ready to move abroad is declutter and downsize. So a couple of weeks ago, I met Christine Platt, aka the Afrominimalism. And if any of you attended Exodus Summit 2024, she was the speaker who talked about decluttering and minimalism. And she's just a beautiful soul. And one of the things that she said, and also another attendee mentioned, is that people put on her audiobook in the background while they declutter. And I guess just hearing her voice kind of helps keep them on track. So that's something that I might consider. I mentioned to her that if she does another minimalism decluttering cohort, that I would love to sign up for that because I just need some extra accountability in that area. Otherwise, I'll just join a WhatsApp group to help keep me accountable. So the next thing is finances. So right now I'm looking for a new short-term contract role to help me save up some money and meet some financial goals that I have. The stock market is doing all kinds of things right now. But I kind of wish I had moved to cash or maybe a little bit tilted more toward cash. I do have some time before quote unquote retirement, and I'm not even sure that I'm going to do traditional retirement as it's defined. But regardless, it would be nice to like be out of this mess and not have my funds caught up in it. But it is what it is. I did not sell though, so I didn't lock in any losses. So at least I have that going in my favor. I also have been keeping more cash on hand in the house. So like whatever my normal emergency fund stash is, I've tried to beef that up a little and make sure it's like smaller bills, that kind of stuff. And then another thing that I am working on is moving my money from my high yield savings account, which is, at an online bank takes 3 to 5 days to get to me. I am taking some of that and moving it to my local bank where it's not going to earn as much interest, but it will at least be within reach should I need it. So the fourth thing that I am working on is trying to build a portable income. So that means an income stream that I can take with me to support me once I move abroad. You're literally seeing a part of that right now. Hello, this YouTube channel. And if you've gotten value so far from this video and would like to help me with this goal, go ahead and tap that like button. That would really help me out a lot. Thank you so much. So for someone like me who is not old enough to withdraw from retirement accounts without penalty and doesn't have a house to sell, I will be relying on cash flow and income to fund my life abroad. And so that's what I'm working on building and setting up now so that I can take that with me when the time comes to make a move abroad. So the next area where I'm taking some steps is health and wellness. Y'all know I have my notes. Okay. So my goal is to try and build as much independence from this system as I can while I'm here, while I have to still be here. And that means not getting any chronic illnesses or developing any mobility issues. I don't like working out. I'll be honest with you. I do not like it. I like exercise that doesn't feel like exercise. And my favorite thing to do is walk. And so I'm glad that spring has sprung so I can get outside and walk more regularly. I watched Olivia Jones' video where she interviewed her nutritionist, and she said that 6,000 steps a day is considered sedentary. And I was like, all right, bet. My goal is 6,001 steps a day. And I know that that is still low, but I just need something that serves as a floor. Hopefully I'll do more than that, but I just need that like minimum so I can just check the box and be like, okay, well, at least I'm not sedentary. I'm also trying to find some ways to incorporate weight training in a way that I will actually do it and be consistent with it. So I have some YouTube playlists and stuff, and I'm still working on that. For me, the issue was more exercise than diet. I just am a little bit too sedentary. I need to be more active. So that's what I'm working on. So the next thing that I'm doing while I still have to be here in the chaos is controlling my media diet and protecting my peace. Back in 2020, I was glued to the TV, to social media, doom scrolling. Let me not say that man's name. And I lost a lot of time and energy where I could have been building something. So I go on social media once a day to see what's going on. And by see what's going on, I don't mean read the headlines, read the news. I just want to see like what people are talking about. And if I happen to see some headlines in there, so be it, but I don't go seeking it out because I figure if something is that big, I'm going to hear about it just from talking to the people in my life. So I don't have to go like looking for the headlines of the day, or in this case, the hour or the minute. To paraphrase what Toni Morrison said about racism, all this chaos is a distraction from our life's work. It's designed to capture our focus for the profit of legacy media. So I am making a point to pay them dust. Also, I curate my social media in a way that inspires me and lifts me up. And that takes us to the next thing that I'm doing differently in the midst of this chaos, which is prioritizing self care and joy. So I have playlists with uplifting music and inspirational talks and things like that that can just kind of help me when I need to pick me up, like get me in the right frame of mind. If you need some suggestions for things to listen to or watch to keep you uplifted, leave a comment and let me know. And if you've got a favorite playlist or a ritual that you do that brings you joy, please share it because somebody else might really need that today. My goal is to remain in a state of mind where I have clarity and I feel confident to take steps and keep moving forward. I'm not burying my head in the sand. It's not like I don't know what's going on or I'm trying to ignore it or pretend it's not happening. But at the same time, I'm also not going into grind mode and trying to power through as so many of us Gen X Black women are trained to do. It's because the world is on fire, so to speak, that I'm making it a point to grasp the moments of joy, to go outside in the sunshine, to go out with friends, to do things that I enjoy. So the next thing on my list is community building. Since joining the Exodus Summit community in 2023, I have reprioritized the role of community in my life. And it's through that group that I've found like-minded Black women online. I've also built connections in my local community. So there's a little crew of Black women in my building who all kind of look out for each other. I don't have a car, but I have a neighbor who will let me know when she's going to Costco. We keep an eye on each other's places when one of us travels out of town. We bring our elderly neighbor's packages up to her unit for her. Rugged individualism and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and all of that, those are American myths that we've been sold that we need to leave behind because we need each other to get through these times. So we've talked about the 8 things that I'm doing right now to prepare for an eventual move abroad. We talked about prioritizing scouting trips and looking for easy residency. We talked about decluttering and downsizing, reworking finances and making sure that I have access to cash, building a portable income stream that I can take anywhere in the world, protecting my peace by controlling news and social media intake, seeking joy on purpose and maintaining a positive mindset, and building community online and locally in my neighborhood. In a climate like this, contract work can help you be able to just do your job and go home without getting involved in the office politics or worrying about trying to exceed expectations on a performance review or any of those kinds of job related stressors. So if that is something that you're interested in, I have a checklist for you. I'll leave a link below in the description to my contracting starter checklist. And if you want to learn more about contract work, you can always book a one-on-one call with me at resetwithceleste.com. Thank you so much for hanging in here with me. Before you go, please hit the like button. And if this video is your vibe, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's free, doesn't cost you a thing. And lastly, please share this video with a Black woman you know who is trying to thrive and survive in this chaos until it is time for her to move abroad. I'll see you in the next video.